What's up, cuties? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day so far today. If you are brand new to my channel, hello, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Aman and this is my YouTube channel, A Men's Grooming World. I hope you guys are having a wonderful start of your week. I know things are a little crazy, but I encourage you guys to please stay home if you can. I hope you all are very healthy. I hope you have everything you need. Be kind to one another, take proper precautions, wash your hands, and just remember that this is temporary and we will get through this together. And we are a community, so try to stay as positive as you can, as some days are harder than the other. I have been drinking a lot of water, watching a lot of Netflix, and anyway, I'm so glad you're here. Now, since we all are stuck at home, I thought I would share with you guys 5 crazy things that passengers do on flights, actually have done on my flights, and some are nasty and some things that you should not be doing when you're traveling with an air transport. So when you board an airplane, you expect a pleasant flight with as much as comfort as you could get. But your comfort and safety too, for that matter, heavily depends upon your friendly flight attendants. Of course, we won't say anything, but there are things we frown upon. So if you want a really nice journey, then you should keep in mind not to do those things that will earn you the wrath of a flight attendant. Starting with number 1, bringing strong sources of smell. That includes your food items which you take on board with you, heavily perfumed items, or those socks which you have been wearing whole day, or correction, whole week I would say. The plane's cabin is airtight and the air inside is constantly recycled. I'm sure how different it feels to breathe when you are high up in the air, and now picture somebody opening their shoes. This is the most impolite thing to do with smell. I remember I was operating Mumbai-Hyderabad flight and I received a complaint regarding strong smell of dirty socks, and I also realized that something is wrong. Oh god, that smell. I can't even explain. I sprayed air fresheners also, but she was not ready to go, and we carried that smell throughout the entire flight, and whenever we used to pass through that row, that smell enters right onto our nostrils and made us feel nauseous. I understand that you must have spent several hours waiting in the terminal building and now you just wanted to relax a bit, but excuse me, when you take off your shoes, everyone else has to smell that, and nobody will actually tell you, of course, but that's just about being a good neighbor. Number 2, taking too many carry-on baggage. There at airport, they don't really check how many bags you are taking on board, but that doesn't mean that you should be smuggling 2 backpacks, 3 hand baggage besides of the 1 duty-free bag. The overhead bins on the plane are limited in size and you share them with other passengers. Remember that? When you carry too many carry-ons with you, 2 unpleasant things happens at once. First, you make other people wait till you put all your stuff up there. Second, those people who have been waiting for you can't put their own bags because you stuffed the bin already. This thing has happened with me so many times that our flight got delayed just because there were no space to place bags. And even on one of my flights, one passenger were actually fighting with each other because one passenger started throwing all the bags on ground. I mean, and that flight was horrible because dealing with angry passengers is not an easy task. So next time, whenever you're traveling, please keep this in mind so that we do not waste our precious time. Number 3, getting up when the seatbelt sign is on. This flashing sign isn't just there for decoration, it is there so that you stay safe. During taxi, takeoff and landing, or whenever the seatbelt sign is on for the turbulence, you should stay seated and fasten your seatbelt. Even crew also follow this rule. One incident happened with me. I don't know which flight I was operating that time, but I could see trees and buildings easily from the window, and we were about to touch down, and all of a sudden one passenger came and he was trying to open the lap door, and as soon as I saw him I shouted like, "So what are you doing?" And I grabbed him and made him sit near me, and I held him tightly because I couldn't think of anything else at that time. He could have hurt not only himself but the other people also. So please respect the seatbelt sign. It's not cool to find yourself kissing the floor when the aircraft goes through an unpleasant shock during landing. Number 4, constantly pressing the call bell. Okay, flight attendants are there for your benefit and comfort, but here there are a couple of hundred other passengers with you and only a few crew members to serve them. And if you're insistently pressing the call bell for no good reason, then chances are that you will be asked to stop doing that. Our job is not fun and games. If a cabin crew realizes that you are abusing the button, so they may pretend that they have more pressing concerns at hand, of course at the risk of being reprimanded if anything serious happens. Let me give you an example. Once a very notorious kid came on my flight, and during service he was constantly roaming here and there and pressing the call bell again and again, and he was disturbing other passengers. I would not blame the kid actually, but her mother, she was not giving a shit about it. And we told her mother that please control your child, please handle him, and she was just not ready to listen. And we did the flight, we landed, and when we were all secured, I saw him that he was roaming here and there, and I informed about this to my senior, and then my senior went there and she spoke to her firmly, and other passengers were also with us, and they were also telling that this is not acceptable and this is wrong. So the point here is, people, that we are people too, and there is no harm in giving us some break, right? Number 5, touching a flight attendant to get their attention. This one thing all the flight attendants intensely dislike. We agree that touching a complete stranger on a street or on public transport is out of the question. Same goes to any public places like cafes, for example. You don't really grab somebody's arm when you want them to listen to you, do you? But on the airplane, many people seems to forget about this rule, and this has happened with me so many times. Like in every single flight, और दुबई और रियाद फ्लाइट में तो हद ही हो गई थी एक बार. We were doing our services and everybody was like touching and making some weird noises like ऐसा करके. I mean, I told them you can press the call bell if you want anything, but they were just not listening, and it was still okay with me, but for my colleague, she was a bit uncomfortable with this. And of course, it's absolutely not fine to poke or grab a flight attendant for any reason, just like any other person. It's just creepy, isn't it? With that, you guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I just wanted to get something fun out for you guys, and just a message across that please stay home, and you can still build connections. I mean, you can still talk to people, right, and have a good time. Do what's best for your health and for the other people's health, and that makes it all worth it. With that, have a beautiful rest of your day, and be sure to subscribe if you have not already. You can like the video if you like, and you can find me on Instagram. With that, I think I've said with that thousands of times. With that, I love you guys, and don't comment in my head in the comment section. I'll talk to you later, guys.